The secret to my success, well, whatever I say I do, I do. I never screwed anybody over. That together with treat people like you want to be treated, I think it's a good combination. And once people know you're a person like that, well, they want to do business with you. I was bullied as a kid. I had a terrible skin disease. My hands and my face and my arms, and had to wear gloves. On top of that, I had a very bad asthma. So an asthma attack with me would be 5 days in bed, and I couldn't eat because I couldn't breathe. It was like breathing like this, so I couldn't eat. So I would lose a lot of weight. So I was a skinny kid. I had a terrible skin disease, and of course I got bullied. And what it did to me, it really pissed me off because I don't like to be bullied. Nobody likes to be bullied, but I think that because of the bullies, I owed my success to them. So right now I'm all cool with it. At that time it wasn't fun, but you do some different things. I started climbing trees. I was very good in climbing trees and going in a tree and go from tree to tree. So if bullies would try to mess with me, I would simply climb in a tree. They would climb in a tree too, but I started swinging and I went to the other tree, and they couldn't do it. One time one guy fell, and that was a big warning to everybody. It was not a bully, it was a normal kid. He fell, but everybody was freaking out. So I was safe up there. I was safe. People ask me how I stay so humble and grounded. I think it's a stupid question. I mean, how can I not? How can people not? I think that the true nature of people comes up when they get a little bit of success, or people, they're on TV and people start recognizing them and they become an asshole. Well, then their true nature is they are an asshole. So just stay yourself. Nothing changes. You're not better than anybody else. So respect people like you want to be. Treat people like you want to be treated. My golden line. There you got it again. Did I experience failure? Of course, everybody experienced failure, but all on a different level. With me, failure was the second time I lost to Ken Shamrock. That was failure to me. I go like, how can I be so stupid to not start training the ground game? But then again, how did you fix it? It's all about that. Failure, everybody will have it. It's about the person who fixes it. And I did fix it. I started training on submissions so hard because I knew people were not going to stand with me anymore. They wanted to take me down. I started training 2-3 times a day, so, and I won my next 8 fights by submission. So that changed dramatically my whole fight game. So thank you, Ken Shamrock, I always say, because he also made me a better fighter. See, now I thank the bullies, and now I'm thanking also the fighters, because you learn from your mistakes. If you get caught in an armbar, for instance, that might happen once. Maybe, so maybe it can happen twice. But a third time is unacceptable because you have to learn to defend against that armbar. So if you look at the bright side, if you lose, let's say by an armbar, well, that fight just made you a stronger fighter. That's what I tell my students, and that's how that's what I tell myself. How to fight crime? Whoa, that's a difficult one. I wish I knew the answer. What I would do personally, I would get the gang members, the head of the gang members, whether there are 2, 3, 4, I don't know how many there are, ask them to come together, and have a sit down with them and start talking reason and tell them, look at the percentage, look at the rates, how many kids die in gang violence, how many lives you destruct. You are responsible for all those lives of the gang because you're the leader, and if somebody dies, well, that's on you. And hopefully you can reason with them, but otherwise it's a hard one. There's almost no answer for. I say, start a gym, and then hopefully they come there. Let them know that the real guys, the real tough guys, they fight with their hands and no weapons. It's very easy to pull a trigger or stab somebody in the back. It really needs a tough guy to take a fighting stance without any weapons. And hopefully when you talk to them like that, maybe you can get through, but it's difficult. Try it. I don't know. How can mixed martial arts benefit the lives of kids? Well, look at what it did to boxing. The thing is this. If you're a kid and you want to pursue a mixed martial arts career, have a backup plan. What if it doesn't work? What if you break your leg in multiple places? Or you tear something so bad that you can't fight anymore? That's what I don't like nowadays from all the fighters. they become a professional fighter right away after 3 fights, and they don't work anymore. No, because now they're a professional fighter. They make $1,000 a fight or something, and they truly believe they can support themselves with that. It doesn't work like that. When I fought in Pancrase the first year, I still had 2 or 3 jobs on the side. You know, I worked in the kitchen, I was a bouncer, and I was teaching in my gym. You know, and on top of that, I did Pancrase. So I knew that if something is going to happen to me, I still had that backup plan. You know, I needed a safe income for the family. It's very important. So yeah, I think it will do really good. Like I mentioned before, the question before, that's where the real tough guys are going to. But most of the time, you realize that those tough guys, that they come to the gym and they have a big problem. You know, and it's probably the first maybe 2 trainings, 3 workouts, they're gone. You know, but because they're not really the tough guys. They're good with a gun, and they're good with a knife, and when nobody's looking. But if it comes to real fighting, they're not that tough. Dating tips for the geeks? Well, I don't need to say anything for the geeks. You know, girls like geeks, for what I understand. You know, as long as you be yourself. You know, don't put on an act. Relax. They love funny guys. And nowadays, all those geeks, you know, they own Google or they own YouTube. They're the smart guys. They make the big money. So bless you guys. Yeah, just be yourself. You know, if you look at the comedy guys in the comedy club, or all these guys, they got good-looking girlfriends. Girls like funny guys, but you got to be serious, of course. On top of that, don't be crazy all day long, because they're not gonna like that. What would I say to kids in gangs? It's very simple. Look at the statistics. How many gang members die? You know, how many die a natural death? I don't think that's a lot of them. You know, and if you want to start a family, well, then you cannot be in a gang, because otherwise you're going to be very selfish. You know, because you put your family in danger, yourself, but also your family. God knows it's going to be a drive-by shooting. Somebody's going to get killed. Innocent people are going to get killed. If you get a kid, well, you let your kid grow up in the same environment. The kid's going to also be in the gang. The kid's also going to die. You did that. You know, so as long as you can talk to those guys like that, hopefully they pick it up and they say, you know what, Bas is right. Maybe we shouldn't do it. You know, life can be so fun. You know, go get an education and try to do something with it. Way more difficult. The easy road is the violence. That's the easy road. You know, the difficult one, but I don't want to learn. Well, learn. Trust me. Do something with your life. You're going to feel better about yourself. You want to look yourself in the mirror every morning. You want to say, okay, you want to like the person that you see. I always say, there's a golden line. How do you want to be remembered? Just put that line in your head. For me, that does a lot. Because I want to be remembered as a good guy. Do you want to be remembered as a guy who killed people? Or had his whole own family killed because he was a tough guy? You want to be remembered like that? I don't think it's a good way to be remembered. 3 most important things: love, happiness, and respect. Love from both sides, respect from both sides, happiness from both sides. Bada bing, bada boom. What's next for El Guapo? Ooh, El Guapo is working on a lot of things. I'm doing work for Cartoon Network now. I just did 3 pilots for Mad TV, for the guys from Mad TV who are working on something. I did a lot of commercials. I did a commercial for Tokyo 5, 3 commercials, or 4 I think. I don't know anymore, I've been traveling so much. I'm working for EA Sports. I'm working on the new Kevin James movie as a voice. I'm a voice of a wolf, a real wolf, not an animated wolf, a real wolf. Kevin James is a zookeeper who can talk to animals. You know, it's like overloading the BOSS system, the bodyactionsystem.com. Check that one out. Then I'm going to come out with an invention that I already had since I was in Holland, but I always thought it was a really great thing to do. It's for any athlete on the planet. They will get in a very good shape if they use that thing. And I couldn't believe it. I did a patent search and it's still not there. I'm wrapping the patent up right now. As soon as I have the patent, I will share with the world what that is. But keep your eyes on TV, because there's going to be a lot of us. I have no clue when I come to Canada. My schedule is just insane. If I come, I don't know even if Jane-Finch, if they're on the East Coast or on the West Coast. That's an important thing with me. If they're on the West Coast, it's more easy for me to go to. But otherwise I have to travel 5 hours. instead of 2 hours. So that's a big difference. If I would be there, wherever it is, and I would have something in Canada that is remotely close to it, yeah, I come by. Words of wisdom for the kids who are watching Jane-Finch. I go back to the same line again. Treat people like you want to be treated. Be dependable, reliable. If I say 5 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock. I'll be there 5 minutes before 5. I will drive around, but I will be on time. If you want to piss me off, you come too late. Very disrespectful. Time is invented for a reason, so do that. Be strict, be thorough. Check things once for sure, but twice. Like when I travel, I'll never have a problem with something that I forgot to pack because I check it. It's a very simple thing to do. Check the doors before you go to sleep if they're all locked. Simple things like that. Just be solid. And once you're solid and you treat people like you want to be treated and you be reliable, people will approach you because you're a good person. Once you're a good person, well, life is going good. How do you fend off the bad guys? It's very simple. Ask them what they drink. And if they say, I would like to have I like Corona, you say, you want to have a Corona? You want me to get you a Corona? And then hopefully you can buy it off, Don't fight. Now, if you have to fight, you got to leave an impression, I always say. So then go for it. The pills, I always say it, very underestimated. Go for the pills, boop, right away. Or if they're too close and they're in your space and you really expect something to be happening, headbutt right here in the face. Bonk, that will do it. That, combined with the kick to the pills, even better. If they bend over, chickapoo, or maybe a guillotine choke, whatever you like to do. Bas Rutten here, aka El Wapo, saying to everybody from Jane-Finch.com, Godspeed and party on.